Hey, what's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to share my thoughts on what I call the Pussification of America. All right, it's pretty self-explanatory, but if you're not able to figure out what it means, it is basically the trend that has been happening over the last couple of years, more so than prior, whereas people are becoming so soft and weak to the point where even dialogue is now almost prohibited. It is prohibited in a lot of senses. For example, anything that is deemed hurtful or offensive to someone is frowned upon and basically not allowed to be spoken. Where, in my opinion, sometimes the truth hurts. Sometimes that stuff that's hurting the people to hear is exactly what they need to hear. So I myself will never ever take part in any of this political correctness. I think political correctness in itself is garbage and should be done away with completely. There is no such thing as politically correct. There's either right or wrong, truth or lies. And if what I'm saying is offensive to you, then you have to just deal with that. You know what I'm saying? That's life. Life is not always going to be the way you want it to be. But to leave reality and create this false fantasy world so everyone's feelings could be kept well intact and never hurt is so foolish. We're not doing anyone any good by beating around the bush and, silencing ourselves. Now, I know that it is probably the majority who are in favor of this. They think this is a good thing, that people are becoming so weak. But for me, it's clearly not. This is wrong. This is messed up. We need, as adults especially, to be able to speak freely without concern of losing our jobs, specifically. That's a crazy concept, that you could lose your job because of something you say that others may not agree with. You could lose your job for posting something on social media that others may not like. That's crazy. Especially in a country that always likes to pride itself on this freedom of speech, on this First Amendment that we have. I don't understand political correctness and how it can coincide with freedom of speech. Either we have the freedom to speak or we don't. A lot of people will answer that in saying that you are free to say what you want, but there are going to be consequences to what you say if it's not politically correct. That is garbage. Garbage. It's nonsense. Another good example of something that has currently been a topic of debate is with gender. Okay, so there is now multiple movements where people are pushing to go beyond the two genders, male and female, but now say that there are dozens of different genders that people can be. And not only that, you could believe that if you want, but the problem I have is that they are insisting that we call people what they want to be called, what they feel themselves to be, not what they actually are. An example, a man, like let's use Bruce Jenner, okay, this Kardashian guy. He's a man, okay? He's been a man since birth. That is his genetic makeup. That's not something that I'm stating as opinion. He's a man. He has mental issues. He's dealing with a lot of stuff that he cannot correctly handle. As a result, what manifests is this deviation from the normal. And that is him putting on a dress, acting like a woman, and having gay sex. The next step beyond that is him saying now that I'm a woman. He's a woman. And the stupid part of it comes where people are insisting that others say, yes, this is a woman, and address this man as a she. It just makes no sense to me at all. You could think whatever you want, but that doesn't change reality. You understand what I'm saying? And by coddling to this kind of deviant behavior, we're just making it worse. we're not helping anyone. We're not helping ourselves. We are becoming a society of pussies, weak, where there is lacking, strong men or strong women, anyone, just anyone of strength, of good character that can stand up to this nonsense and just voice the truth and tell people, I don't care what you say. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you want. This is the truth. This is reality. And the same goes with the young people and how they have, safe spaces on their campus universities. You know what a safe space is? It's a place designated where you're not allowed to hurt anyone's feelings. I mean, just to say it out loud makes it sound even dumber than it actually is. In life, in the real world, you're going to be hurt, okay? There are bad people out there. There are good and there are bad. But to create this sense of, false reality for these young people especially is really, really doing them a huge disservice. Because one day they're going to go out into the real world and they're going to get eaten up. And they're going to be overwhelmed with their pussy-ass feelings and not know how to handle life. Because they've been treated like infants. They've been treated like kindergartners. I can understand this behavior for children. But come on, in college, people are 18, 19, 20 plus years old. When I was that age, I was already a man for a long time. I can't imagine at that age wanting to be involved with anything like that. Where, yeah, we need a safe space, guys, because I don't want my feelings to be hurt. It's not right that people say stuff that's hurtful, even if it's true. Come on. We need to grow up. As a society, we need to come together and put an end to this ridiculousness. We're not doing any good by bullshitting each other. Things are what they are. Reality is what it is, no matter what. That gender thing is a perfect example. How stupid do people have to be to not know that there are men and there are women? Period. There are exceptions with abnormalities, with people who are born with deformities, okay? That's not what I'm talking about here. For a man to all of a sudden say, I'm a woman now, and for you to have to call me a woman, come on, man. Look, I never imagined that I would live to see the day where people were such pussies, so soft, and it's the majority. It's not the minority. It is the majority of people who adhere to this kind of nonsense. They need a rude awakening. Somebody needs to just slap the shit out of them and bring them back down to reality and tell them, where the fuck are you getting this from? This is nonsense. It's nonsense. And this is not the only example. There are a lot of things that are happening that I'm seeing where people are just becoming weaker and weaker, especially males. They don't even know how to act. They have no idea what it is to be a man. And I'm just shocked. So you guys, please share your comments and thoughts with me on this. Tell me if I'm wrong about this. Because what I see is absolutely the pussification of America. Nothing else. I don't see any strength or benefit or forward movement or progress in any sense in any of these examples that I mentioned. So I'm interested in your thoughts, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you next time. Thanks.